Right, guys, welcome back to the channel. Today, we are back. Slightly different one today, as we can see. Sorry the quality isn't the best. Sorry, we're going back to that sort of lockdown era of football. But the reason is today is because we've got Grandad on the scene. We're here doing a video with Grandad because you guys love Grandad so bloody much. Grandad, how you been?
All right. I'm doing quite well given what I had to pay for my bloody season ticket renewal. Yeah, mate, my age, they should be paying me to go. And over the last 2 years, my season ticket is almost double. Can you believe that?
I know.
And then I had to pay yours. Because, where are you? Yeah, I had to pay yours because I promised I would do it till you're 18.
I've got to start saving up next season for my own, which, starts growing up.
What about this new scheme they've got that you can go to these club things before and after the game and buy a season ticket, right? Yeah. 2,500 quid each. Yeah, right. You won't be seeing me there, guys.
That is a whole other topic. That has been discussed online. Today we are talking about another thing that has been discussed online, and it is the man, Douglas Luiz. Douglas Luiz Alele. It looks like he's all but set to be going. I don't know what's going on.
Oh my God! Okay, it's happening. Everybody stay calm.
What's the procedure, everyone? What's the procedure?
This has caused a lot of controversy online. It's got a lot of people asking questions, and today, guys, we're here to talk about it. Quick video talking about the main man, Douglas Luiz. So yeah, let's crack on with it. So it has been reported that Douglas Luiz, set by Fabrizio Romano, the guy who kind of runs the transfer scene at the minute, has been given the green light for Douglas Luiz to be set with a swap deal and a £20+ million for Weston McKennie and Mr. Samuel Ealing Jr. Villa are going to get 20 million and he's going to go. Grandad, what do you think? Douglas Luiz, he might be off.
Okay, so I blow a bit hot and cold on Dougie, really. I like him on most days, but other days he can go missing, he can be temperamental. Do you remember that game? Was it Arsenal and he got booked and then he missed 3 games? Do you remember that?
Yeah.
It was a stupid booking. It was almost like he thought, it's a bit cold, it's winter, I need a break. It was almost like that, right? And he's been a bit temperamental and petulant from time to time. So he's got that in his game. But on the other side of the court, he scored, 9 goals last season, something like that. Only played 35 games, though. How many did we play? 48, 50 games, something like that?
Yeah.
That's probably suspensions play quite a way into that. So I don't know. I don't know. I think what Emery's done, he's looked at the team and thought there's financial fair play stuff to deal with. And he's thinking, where are the weaknesses in my team? And if you think about it, he wants Gallagher, right? And we've got Ramsey and we've got McGinn, and maybe he's just thinking better to sell him to Juve than Arsenal. Juve's a weird choice, and I'll tell you why in a minute.
This is the thing people have been talking about. Arsenal have put in 2-3 bids for Douglas Luiz over the last couple of seasons, and we've rejected all of them. All of them have been a lot more than 20 million, and if we're talking about the players, for me, value for value, Luiz is way better than this Weston McKennie. He's a lot better than this new young lad that we're seeing to come in. And it's an interesting one that, right? Yeah, he's a right winger that's only scored 1 goal in 24 appearances for Juve. Again, another topic we'll come on to, but it's one of them. Would you rather have the 70, 80 million and give Douglas Luiz to a club like Arsenal, Man United, or would you rather him go abroad and do his own thing? It's an interesting one, really.
But the thing is, I saw Mckennie in the World Cup a couple of years ago talk about a strutting bloody cocksure son of a years, he's all there. He's got his hair all in red, white, and blue for America.
Yeah,
did nothing, didn't he? Goes to Leeds, the result did nothing. And I don't
played 20 times for Leeds, got relegated with Leeds. Leeds didn't even want him back. From that piece of paper, from that stat, it's like, do we really want a player like this going into our Champions League season? I don't think he'll start. If we bring him in and this deal does go through, I don't think he'll start. But it's also like, could we have got a better player if we're going to go for a swap option abroad? Could we have brought in someone that is better? Because you don't see many of these swap deals anymore. It kind of happened around the 2000 era where it happened.
No. I think what it is, it's all about profit, right? Profitability. So we got him 15 million. We're selling for 50 because we can roll up the value of him because of the players we're bringing in. And maybe we count the cost of the 2 players we're bringing in into next season, because that's what we want to do. At the end, we've got to get into July. So financial fair play finishes the end of June. We need to square the books, and then we can spend money again. right?
Yeah.
And then we'll get our Euro money next year anyway. And we'll bring them onto the books for what we think. And if we think they're worth 5 million each, we've just got 40 million. It's up to us how we play our books, right? That's one thing. The Arsenal thing, though, is interesting because you would think he'd want to go to Arsenal, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
But he's going to Juve, right? I don't get that. What's wrong? Is the Premier League a bit too tough for him? Are there too many games? What is it? Why does he want to go to Italy rather than that? So the fact is, he's not saying, I want to go to Arsenal or I want to go to Liverpool and force through. I mean, didn't United want him at one time?
Yeah,
the fact
everyone's wanted him.
The fact he's not doing that tells me his temperament's not right. And if Emery has seen his temperament's not right, out the door. Yeah.
But for me, I'm a big critic. Even when we were doing crap, I used to always want the best out of players. And obviously, we've seen Douglas Luiz for many, many years. He's been at Villa since what the first season we got promoted, right? Who's that? The Dean Smith era, right? He's gone through many managers. He's definitely progressed as a player. And like you say, for me, he's very frustrating. He likes to do a lot of things. Like you say, he gets his yellow cards. He's very inconsistent. He went for a stage last season where he got hardly criticised when he missed that Olympiacos penalty and ghosted for a few games. But in general, for me, Douglas Luiz on his day is an absolutely cracking player. He'll get the ball down, he'll control it, he'll do this thing where he passes and looks away. I don't know what this is. I don't know if any of the Villa fans have noticed this, but he loves a good no-look pass. He's stylish. And for me, it just doesn't make much sense. We're going into Champions League. It's the biggest season going. This whole Adidas contract, Champions League. It was one of the biggest times as a club. And we seem to be getting rid of Duran, Luiz, Matty Cash, and Luiz is the one that doesn't make sense to me because he plays every week. I don't know. Yes, he's frustrating.
Hold on. Right, here's your question then, right? Given what you said about Luiz, we'll talk about Ramsey in a second, but what you said about him and his temperament and that petulance or whatever, would you rather have him or Gallagher? Because right now, we've got a bid into Chelsea for Gallagher. We've got Duran being bidded for by Chelsea. So that's almost like a swap because they're actually saying like Duran, he's like 40 million. Really, Chelsea? Give me the money. Give me the money.
Yeah.
If anyone's petulant, it's Duran, right? But he's a bit exciting and he shakes things up and he gets stuck into defences. So I quite liked him actually. But I think if Duran goes that way, Gallagher comes this way, that solves our financial fair play issue right now. And if that happens, and they're talking about it really like today, tomorrow, this week, maybe Luiz doesn't go. If we get the money we need from Chelsea for Duran, maybe Villa will go, nah, you know what, maybe we don't want to sell him.
But the question is, like you say, is Gallagher, first of all, will Gallagher come to Villa? And second of all, is Gallagher good enough? I think he is one of them players like Luiz. You get him on his A game, he's a great player. But in general, stats-wise, performance-wise, I would rather have Douglas Luiz personally.
Chelsea have been rubbish, haven't they? Until the last, 4 or 5 games? Not well at all. Last 4 or 5 games, who's been one of their star players? Gallagher. Who's in the England squad? Gallagher. Right? You know what I mean? I actually think Gallagher is a good bet. And I think under Emery, you might find that we get good out of Gallagher, playing in a good team and in Champions League football. And that might be an attraction for Gallagher.
What I'd say as well is people were saying online, the new club shop, Luiz is the face of the club shop. He's the man in the middle. He's the centre. Would we make him that if we knew he was going to get sold? Obviously, Douglas Luiz's girlfriend plays for Aston Villa. Alicia Lehman, our friend, me and Max know him very well.
Yeah,
what's going to happen with her?
Yeah, I know. Well, maybe that's where he's going. Maybe he's taking her away from you, mate. I mean, you know what?
Hold up, a bit of
good hair. He's got to worry about that.
A bit of exclusive information from the Villa boxes is someone actually asked Alicia Lehman in the box, "What are you going to do next season? Are you going to stay at Villa?" And she said, quote unquote, 100% I want to stay at Villa. So why would Douglas Luiz leave if Alicia Lehman is so set on staying with us? I don't know. You've got to think about that. It's a bit of a silly reason why would you move away, but it's family, it's your girlfriend at the end of the day.
I think it's possible. The Villa need a chunk of money. If they're going to sell Luiz, they'd rather sell him out the Premier League than in it. But they've also got this thing going on with Chelsea with Duran. And I think if Duran goes to Chelsea, Villa can think twice about selling a top player for financial fair play. I'd be happy if he goes and we get Gallagher and, you know what, Ramsey comes back from injury and all that kind of stuff. And there's other players we should talk about who might leave. But I think at the end of the day, I'm not convinced he'll go. If he does go, we get Gallagher, I'm okay. If he goes and we don't get Gallagher, we get the other two, then I'm worried. But what is Emery thinking about that? Why would Emery want players that can't play?
Fair play. But for me, I just think, personally, I think Luiz is a good player. I think he's missed Kamara. Him and Kamara, by far, the best stage, the best run, the best sort of form we went on was Luiz, Kamara in the middle, John McGinn on the left. I think he's missed him. In general, if Luiz wanted to stay, I'm sure he would. I'm sure he'd tell Emery this. For me, it just doesn't make too much sense. I don't think... We haven't really talked about these players. I don't think that Mckennie, this Mckennie guy, is good enough for us or good enough for the Champions League. I definitely don't think the junior guy is ready for that yet. He's too young, too inexperienced. So for me, it's a weird one. For me, it's like most people think, it's not the positive end for Villa. But in Unai Emery, we trust. I hope we think he knows what he's doing. If we get this money, if we get Champions League money, you never know. We might bring in, I don't know, Kylian Mbappe with this money. You never know. It's one of them. It's football. You never know.
Yeah, and I want to see him play when we go to play at Madrid, by the way. One final thing on Luiz. The last few games, do you remember some of the corners he was taking? And he was going to the corner flag and he's going to the crowd. Come on, and the crowd was really giving him that.
Yeah.
That you know, like Douglas Luiz, all that stuff. He loved that. He seemed to love that. One of the reasons he wants to go is because we had that Douglas Luiz chant thing going, and then we've got this new Douglas Luiz song, which is soft as anything. Maybe just didn't like that new one. You know, I like the old song. You give me a new song, I'm out of here.
Yeah.
You never know. I told you it's temperamental. Right.
You never know. Well,
what about other people who could go?
That's for a new video. That's going to be for the next video. So
that's what I thought. So I have a list. We should do this again. Yeah.
Yeah. If you guys want to see Grandad back, if you want to see, maybe you don't want to see Grandad back, maybe you just want to see me back in the chair, let us know in the comments. Yeah, let us know your thoughts on Luiz in the comments, the transfer, what you guys think. It'll be interesting to see your opinions. Like, subscribe. Shall see you soon, won't we, Grandad?
We will indeed. Well, I might. Well, you will. I might. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, let me know what you think, guys. Up the Villa. Maybe goodbye, Luiz. You never know. See you soon, and thank you for watching.